How do you learn who you really are? It's not found in books, it's found on the battlefield. Welcome back, warriors. Battlefield of the mind stuff, but I'm hanging out with my baby.
Yeah.
These episodes have been going very well. This is just my baby and I hanging out.
Yeah.
And so we have our days off and we work. I work with my men's groups. Actually, you're building out a women's program because we've
Yeah.
done so much help with the women's group on the warrior side already. You're building your own thing.
Very excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just hanging with my baby today. How many topics did we have prepared?
None.
Okay, so we're just gonna hang out.
We're literally just hanging out. Yeah.
So
On this Sunday.
pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And also my baby, you look super cute.
No, thanks.
You look pretty hardcore with your new tattoo, by the way.
Yeah. First ever
She's got a
tattoo.
tattoo representing our daughters.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
So, hey baby, what are you watching out there? You're seeing people out there. People are struggling and stuff, and they're going through stuff, relationship stuff. Like, what are you seeing out there? There's a lot of stress in this world right now. What's some of the stuff you've been running into and stuff you've been like just seeing?
There's so many things. I think the one thing that's on my heart a lot is the almost like the running away from self, but people not knowing they're doing it. I guess you can call it autopilot behaviors, where people aren't stopping to question why they're doing what they're doing. They're just continuing on doing what they've always done. And I think that there's so much growth to be had for people, but it's almost like they're running away from themselves without even knowing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the paradox of people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we all want to be in control, but we don't know what we're doing with it.
Mhm. Yeah.
I want things my way, but I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The control, the comparisons. I mean, there's so many. There's so many.
So I know the guys need help out here. I'm working with the men, and we're building up strong, healthy leaders, guys who can be non-compliant and empathetic at the same time, like building good men.
Mm-hmm.
You're a lady all the way through
Yeah.
and through.
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of really just want your opinion on like, what do you think our women out here need to start doing? It's modern age stuff. They can't just be like stay at home and do nothing because like staying at home moms is the highest cheating profession on the planet. These
Jeez.
nice guys are getting annihilated and being
Mm-hmm.
treated very poorly. Like,
Yeah.
what's
I
the
know my
opportunity for
answer
ladies?
is to start being givers again. I really think that as a society, people are concerned more with self than they are anybody else. And I think as women, what we see on social media is that people are literally just focused on themselves. What can I get from this? Who can I get? And it's turned into a society where it's a very selfish society we're living in. And I think that as women, we have to get back to the point of being able to give. Like you always say, give to give. And there's so much power in that. And even if someone's on the unhealthy side, to be able to give back and give to others, just to be able to give, it's such an empowering thing. And I think that it's it's such a feel good thing to do. And even though you're giving to give, it does make you feel so great inside as well. And I think that a lot of women stopped being givers. And I think it's for many, many reasons. But that's also the work that has to be done inward as well to understand when did I stop being a giver, right? Or when did I start becoming so selfish? Like what hurt me to be this way? Like no one's stopping to think about it. They're just in that next, what's next? What's next? What about me? What about me? And that's what's happening.
It's hard without love being a love anymore. I don't think people know what love even is, baby. I really don't
I
think
don't
they
think they do
do.
either.
People are doing stuff, but they're not being in love.
Agreed.
You know, because like even though you're saying like, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? What do I gotta
It's a do
do?
society, yeah. Hmm. And no one's being, and I think that's the part. Like no one's being, and if you're constantly doing, you don't leave any time to really think, like to be with yourself. Ask yourself these questions. No, there's people that are doing it, but I think it's more rare these days that people are stopping and to be able to say like, why am I doing the things I'm doing? They're just doing it, but not knowing why they're doing it. And that can be very, um, very difficult and I guess very, very hard to see because some of the behaviors are, well, I just do it because, or there's justifications, but I'm like, that's not the real reason. And I think that people that are on a growth journey that you're really working on yourself, you can see how those people are acting and it's very loud.
I think acting was the right word.
It is because that's what it is. I agree.
You're acting.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Yeah.
an actor.
Yeah.
There's a thing I taught a class and it really resonated with the women. I said, liars can't be loved.
Mm-hmm.
The lady was like, what do I have to do? I mean, what do you mean? I'm like, you have to stop lying to yourself
Mm-hmm.
because who are you cannot be a mystery question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it is.
It is.
It's because you've been taught to gaslight introspection since you were 11 years old. Like, how are you supposed to be able to know who the hell you are if I've always had to pretend to be something that I'm not to be loved or liked? And then who's been getting all the loving and liking then?
Mm-hmm.
And so, even if somebody does give you the approval that you were seeking, but you had to wear a mask or a persona to get it, who got it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like if you changed your name and then won a trophy with that other person's name on it.
Who really want it?
Like, if let's just,
I know.
like if I changed my name to Ricky Bobby
Mm-hmm.
and then I got trophies, all this big accolades that say Ricky Bobby on it, but that's not my name.
Mm-mm.
So, who got those trophies?
Right. Yeah.
And that's where people get struggling is they'll get a bunch of trophies with the wrong name on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that person used to win.
Mm-hmm. And the hard part about that stuff is it works. It works for
Short term.
short term.
Short term gain, long term pain.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
So what's your suggestion then, babe, for like these ladies? What we got to do? Because the guy side is gonna you want to you already know the number one thing our guys ask for.
Mm-hmm.
The ladies, I would be hard pressed. Like if if you ladies could guess, what is it guys want more? Like sex. Who
Mm-mm.
wants more sex?
Right.
The number one thing, ladies, what an opportunity. Number one thing
Mm-hmm.
that men request from women.
Just to be nice.
Just wish she was nice.
It and that it's so sad. It really is so sad because if people are being mean to others, everybody knows, right? Like if you're projecting or you being mean to someone, that's usually a reflection of how you are to yourself. But people are so loud about, oh, yeah, well, I told him this. And oh, yeah, I talked shit about so and so. And oh, yeah, well, this person doing this. At some point, if you're the one that's always bitching and complaining, it's probably you. Look in the mirror. And that goes for anybody. I know women tend to be a little bit more catty and talk behind each other's backs more than men do. Um, but that's a true moment to have with yourself to say, like, if you're very quick to talk shit about people, or you're the one that always has an issue about someone or about your partner and they just can't do enough, you have to look at yourself because you're not okay. And maybe you're not in the right relationship, right? Because if you're treating someone like that, you can't tell me you're in love with someone, but you're an asshole to them, or you can't even be nice to the person that you love. That I cannot get behind it. What are you doing? It literally is like I want to shake these people to say, like, if you cannot be nice, but you are in a relationship, well, let me back up. If you say that you're in love with somebody and you can't even be nice to them, or you're constantly complaining about them or nagging or telling them how they should and should not do things, that's not what love is. That's not what it is. You're being controlling, and there's a reason that the control is there. There's a reason that you're not being nice. And guess what? It's not the other person's responsibility for you to figure that out. And I know that can be hard, and it was hard for me too. You have to have the accountability and the responsibility to heal yourself so that way you stop projecting onto other people. It's not everybody else's fault. It's you. Look in the mirror. I can't blame him for treating me a certain way. I can have accountability to how I respond and how we communicate, but I'm not blaming him for things. I can only choose how I react and how I respond. That's my responsibility. If he says something I don't like or talks me a way that I don't like, I'm not going to match him and start yelling back at him. That doesn't work. And it's hard because people aren't taught any of these things either. So that's a hard part too. It's easier to say these things, but people are not taught how to communicate. But we're very quick to be like, I'm in love with that person, but this is also how I treat them, and it's justified that that's okay. It's not. That's not what love is. I feel very passionate about this one because I could go on and on, but I really do struggle. I struggle with it. That's the person that you said your vows to. Let's talk about marriage. You said vows to somebody. We're very quick for people to be like, well, you don't have sex with me, right? Well, I shouldn't have to have sex with you, or I shouldn't have to touch my spouse, right? But then let's talk about providing. Let's talk about protecting. Let's talk about when someone's sick, being there. Like we can't be picking and choosing which vows count. Either you got married and you both agreed and said I do to all of the vows counting. But then when we get married, we start doing things, and now we're picking through the vows and saying that that's what's important now. That's not what it is. It's not what it is. And I think a lot of people are living in that right now. And it truly is heartbreaking, because if you're in a relationship and there's willingness to make it work, then make it work. But if there's not, and you guys are just tearing each other down, there's two sides of it. Either separate, stop making each other miserable, and figure out what needs to happen, or have a conversation and say, you know what? Are you willing to make this work? Because good news is there's so much hope within that too. If you both are at the place where you're like, this sucks, like we do not like each other. And I know there's different seasons of things. If you're both willing, though, there's so much hope in that. And you can turn it around. It doesn't take long at all. It really doesn't.
I put a question in for the guys, because a couple of the guys are in some tough relationships, and I said, there's only really one or two questions you really need to know. I'm like, all right, like the main one, the number one, first one is, do you want a healthy relationship?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just,
Yeah.
and if the answer starts with anything other than yes
Yeah.
or no, and then tell your story, I would be a little hesitant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, like, ask me if I want to be in a healthy relationship.
Do you want to be in a healthy relationship?
Well, I mean, there's just so many things to consider. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I have to think about this, and what about that, and what about this thing, and then what about this thing, and then if you don't do that, then how am I supposed to?
Yeah. Yeah.
What was my answer?
Yeah, exactly. We still are unclear.
I didn't answer. And this is
We're-
what what a funny thing to watch. It's
yeah.
like when somebody goes right to control. When you ask it very simple, do you want a healthy relationship
Mm-hmm.
or do you want an unhealthy relationship?
Right.
And then the second one, most important one, like you said, is like, are
It,
you willing
yeah.
to go for this?
Yeah. The sad thing about that is about that question is that most people have never even seen a good relationship.
No, that's why we're doing a conversation recorded right now.
Like most people don't. And so when you ask them, they're like, I would love that. But oh my gosh, like, and for any of you guys listening, think about the people that you have in your life that you really do know the relationship. You don't just have an idea of what the relationship is, all right? You see people, but like, who are the people that you know that really have a solid, like good, strong relationships? Because people are faking it all over the place.
People can tell.
Yeah, people can tell. Absolutely. Um, but I do have to say, I know that sometimes we go hard on the ladies, and you go much harder on your men too. But this is for the men. This is what I have to say to you: step up and be the leaders of your family. Stop waiting for the women to lead or the women to do it. No, if you are
Oh, A lot of them wait for because they think that if she's happy, then he did a good job. But that's not what makes them happy.
No. But women need our strong men back. And I've said this over and over and over. We need our strong men. We need the men that are going to be disagreeable. We need the men that are going to have boundaries. We have to have men standing up to women. And I'm the first one to say it was the best thing that he did for our relationship.
Just hold the line. Like,
Hold
hey,
the line, not
hey,
be mean. Just say, no, we're not going to do this
hey,
because.
it's gonna fuck you up. It's gonna mess
Right.
me up. It's gonna hurt the kids. We're not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. That's crazy. No, we're gonna do it this way. If it doesn't
Yeah.
work, it's on me.
The difference is you were always able to explain why we weren't doing it, not just because. And my answer a lot of times is like, well, we're not doing it because
Just because.
just because I had a feeling that I don't want to do this is why we're not doing it. And I'm going to stand firm on this. It made no sense. I get it. I know it makes no sense. But we do need that balance of the relationship. And it was one of the best things you could have done for our relationship and leading it to where it needed to be. So good job on you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
God gave me 5 girls to learn how to deal with
It's
girls.
for real. That's so true. For real. And you're good at it. You're so good at it. You're a good dad. Yeah.
I'm working on that. It's hard. Step parent is hard.
I know. I'm a step parent too.
Hey,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's true. We are.
Yeah.
Stuff's hard.
It is hard.
But it feels very fulfilling. Like
It is.
hanging out today and just talking. That was fulfilling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's been a good day so far. It's only 5 o'clock, but we crushed it today already.
I know. Today's been flying by. Yeah. It's been a good day. Lots of family over today. Spending time with the kids. Hearing about high school stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, babe.
Hmm.
I love you deep.
I love you too.
No, I mean I love you. I love you. Fucking,
Close mouth.
fucking love you.
I love you too. You're my person.
I'm a person.
Yep. This is why I don't like knowing what this type of love is. I that's why I get so passionate when people are treating each other so horribly because I know that this is a possibility and this wasn't is our love is not something I've ever experienced, but at least we know how to get there. We figured out how to get here, but we figured out how to hold on to it too. And I'm so proud of us for that. I really am. And I honestly would have thought before I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, that's what love is." Oh no. This is what it is. This is what it's supposed to feel like. I had no idea.
Yeah, people try to control love. It's such a funny paradox. Again, paradoxes of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna tell love to be my way.
Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
What's your way? Whatever I want. I'm like, that's not love, doofus.
Mm-mm.
That's not love.
So much control and fear.
It's manipulation. That's
Yeah.
just you. That's not love. No, love is radical acceptance.
Yeah.
Love is be.
Yeah.
Love doesn't
And
have to have rules and restrictions to go like you're not
yes.
allowed to be who you
And
are.
yes. And here's the other thing too, and this is something I used to struggle with because I wanted whoever I was with, I wanted everybody to like them. That's not possible. Not everybody likes everybody. And so if you're in a relationship and someone doesn't like your person, but you're like, that is my person, guess what? That's okay. That's what they don't have to like them. It's totally fine. Totally fine. The only thing that matters is how strong this connection is and how you guys feel about each other and how you feel about yourself. It does not matter if a parent doesn't like them. It doesn't matter if a friend doesn't like this person. That's okay. They don't have to. That's not their person. That's okay. I used to really struggle with that. Yeah.
Which is yeah, it doesn't make any sense because between the two of you, between the two of us, like I'm way more like just likable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm obviously the soft and sweet one,
You're
obviously.
obviously, obviously. Yeah.
I'm like, she's a little rough to deal with. She's a tough customer there, but he's a big old softy. I won't say obviously the
Yeah.
nice
I'm,
one.
I'm sure people know that, especially your men. They're like, oh, yeah, for sure.
Which one
That's
of
a,
us is the nice one? You better guess right. So funny.
That's so true. Oh my gosh, so silly. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's the problem. Too many external people are in your relationship business. It's not their business. That's why I don't share anything with people on relationship stuff, like not necessarily relationship stuff, but I would never see anything bad about you. Like I wouldn't, if we're going through something, it would be to you because you're the only person that we can talk it through. It's no one else's business.
Yeah, it's good discretion. I think it's a weird thing when people use talking trash about your partner to create
That's your
friendship.
person. That's a person you love. Don't even get me started.
Well,
Gonna get me
maybe,
fired up again.
maybe I will get you started, like
Yeah.
because this is you work in a female industry,
Yeah.
and like they'll come up as like customers or whatever, and it's like they're like first thing they do is bash on their dude.
Women are very quick to find commonalities, relatability, similarities by talking shit about their men. It happens all the time, and it's laughable. They're laughing about it, and it's become a way that women are connecting with each other. And I refuse to do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it.
What are some things you hear? Because I've been in those conversations. Like, what are things like you hear like commonly? Women are like, "Oh my god, my husband is so what?"
Oh, it's usually he has a ton of tasks around the house that the honey-do list is still on there, but it's been 20 years, so he'll probably never do it or never get around to it. Or, um, my husband he doesn't really like to go with me anywhere and do anything. Um, there's so many. I'm trying to think of all the different examples of basically they'll build themselves up in a way that brings down their husband. Like, I'm going to go shopping and I don't even care how much I spend. I'm just going to tell my husband that I'm just going to lie to him and tell him I spent something else, or I'll hide the bags in the car. And like, you're lying, right? You're lying. What do you call that?
Some
Like girls' day
justification for
out? Like, what
sure.
do you call that? Yeah. So I hear a lot of these different things. I would have to think more about all the specifics. I mean, I've heard it all. He does nothing around the house. He can't do anything right. I show him how to do this and he still can't get it right and figure it out. You know how men are. And that's usually what I hear. Like the agreements of how men are. And I'm like, no, what do you mean by that? And it stops them in the tracks because they're used to having women agree with them. And so the expectation, like the only reason women would say things like that is because they believe other women are agreeing with them. And guess what they are? A lot of women are. I won't. I don't get involved in that conversation. I'm like, no, I actually don't know what you mean. And then they stop. It's like interesting. When I don't agree with you, you stop talking about it. Makes me wonder if you even know what you're saying and if you even agree with it, or are you just looking for someone to agree with you on something you don't even haven't even thought about and try to work out. What are we doing here? It's nonsense. It's nonsense. I see it all the time. All the time. I also work with a lot of the men. Men don't do this shit. They do not do it. I will tell you, I have never, in all the years that I've worked, have never heard a man complain about his woman. They won't do it. They may just not bring it up, but they do not complain. They don't find relatability about bringing their partner down. They don't. If anything, they're there shopping for a woman. And usually it's like, well, that's my wife. Like, whatever you think she should have, like, just put it in the bag. That's what it is. Nope, it is not the same for women.
It's funny. The number one complaint that guys have for women, aside from I wish she'd be nice, the
Yeah,
number one complaint is I don't know what I have to do to make her happy.
I know. Hmm.
And neither do they.
Right. Because it's not for them to figure out. It's for the woman to figure, it's for people to figure it out. If you were saying, my husband can never make me happy, it's you. It is you. I'm telling you, I used to do this shit. It is you. Stop fighting it. Stop justifying it. Stop, well, I could do this only if he would. Nope, it's you. It's you. You have to start somewhere because I'm telling you, if you can work through this stuff and you can get out of your own way, you will start to find pieces of yourself that you're awakening inside that were always there, but you've suppressed, you've hidden, you've protected, whatever the case may be. And you start to realize, like, oh my gosh, like, there's a lot of kindness within me. There's a lot of giving within me. There's a lot of love and fun within me,
But
but
don't,
I've pushed
but
it down
I don't
so
understand.
much.
How do these people get married? This is why I don't
It-
understand. Like, because remember, like, yeah, your special day, and we dated for a while. It's like you're my
How
partner. I
do
wanna,
how do we get here? It is a great question. What happened?
like
And
and like we waited out. You're the best mate that I can get,
yeah,
and I'm the best mate that you can get, and I'm gonna go for it. And then what happened?
hmm I wonder if what happens is you go from trying to, because at the beginning stage, everyone's giving to each other, right? I'm going to give to you. I'm going to give to you. I'm going to give to you. I'm going to impress you. I'm going to get excited. I'm going to do this. And I think then it becomes all about them. It goes from serving each other to now serving self. And I think it starts by little small things. I think women start to get resentful of certain things that happen. Um, and because they're resentful, I think then it starts to send men down into a hole like, well, I feel like I can't do anything correct or right. And so I think that's little moments that happen over time that start taking them from being so close to further apart. But no one knows how to also talk about those things. So they just continue on moving further apart from each other.
Blaming the other person.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really sad.
It's sad because, again, no one teaches us how to do this stuff. Like, no one's teaching it, you know? And that part is hard.
No, I think I'll have to catch you on that one. A million bajillion people are teaching it, but it's just not love.
That's true. Good. Absolutely.
There's a
Well
lot of
said.
teachers.
Well said.
They don't have it,
There's,
but there's a lot of teachers.
yes, exactly. This is my next thing I will say. Watch out for people that are teaching you how to do something they do not have the results for. Challenge it. Challenge it. If you're seeing someone that's online or in person that's like, let me share with you how to have the best relationship, and they don't have one, I wouldn't be listening to them. No different than a business owner. Someone trying to tell you how to be a millionaire, but they've never been one before, or someone how to set up their business when they don't have one.
I want to teach you how to do real estate, but I'm homeless.
Yeah. Be very cautious. Get curious, start asking questions because there's a lot of people out there that are attaching themselves to the buzzwords of a million different attachment styles and all these things. And it's just, we're living in a fraudulent society. That's really what it is.
Hmm.
And people do not have, they're teaching things they don't have. And I can't, I don't say, I know you do not. And that's why I'm very loud about no. What you get with Rick is what you see is what you get. Like, he does not waver for anyone,
Nobody.
for anyone at all, ever, never. Like, never say never. I'm saying never. He will not waver himself. So you're comfortable.
Nope. I've argued with Dwayne Knoll right to his face. I've
Yeah.
argued with Brad Lee right to him. Like I'll go right. I'll go straight at.
It doesn't matter. But I think
But
that's,
like, but in all these situations, though, like these are guys that people are finding very intimidating. And at the end of it, we're better friends for it, or we
yeah.
appreciate each other more for it. So
Mm-hmm.
like, I just don't change who I am until they understand. Like, I'm not trying to hurt. I'm just who I am.
Yeah. And the intention is everything. Like, what is the intention behind it? And it's usually, from you, it's to understand, to have clarity, to, um, yeah, it's truly what it is. I think understanding and clarity. Mm-hmm.
What's funny though is like with guys, because like as soon as Brad and I were challenging each other like on our podcast,
Mm-hmm.
he's like, "Can you come in and teach for my guys?" And I
Yeah,
went and did a
you did.
class
I was
for
there.
Brad,
Yeah.
and then Dwayne Noel and I we go back and forth. He's like, "Hey, you want to come out to our place?" And we stayed at his house for like a week.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Like it's just
Yeah.
kind of cool. We're like having that Like that's why guys are different. It's like we don't talk shit about each other.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you right to your face. And he's like, I'll tell you right to the face. I'm like, that's what I need. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I like. And I'm like, then we're best friends. He's
Yep.
like, yeah, no.
Women don't do that. Women don't do that. And I worked with women my entire career, and they struggle with it. I see women struggle with it daily, where they have a hard time having conversations when they believe there's going to be conflict or something's not going right. And a lot of times, because I'm their boss, they'll come to me and say, you know, how do I talk to, or not even how do I talk to, but like so and so's not doing this. And I'm like, well, I have a question. Did you talk to them about it? Well, no, I didn't talk to them about it because of this. I'm like, you have to have a conversation. You know that, right? Like we're all adults. Let's have a conversation first. If I need to be there, if I need to get involved, I absolutely will be there to support you. But if it's between the two of you, I shouldn't I don't have to be there. I believe in you guys too much to be able to have an honest conversation with each other. I can help guide you what that conversation maybe should sound like, but let's not go to people and talk shit when we haven't even addressed it with someone. Like, let's
Funny. It's funny to try to
start.
get an authority figure to try to get somebody else in trouble for
I won't
something
do
and
it.
not even confirming that's
I
their thing.
that's not me. I've never been that person.
But
I've
just
yeah,
listen,
yeah,
I'm going to have you go and talk to so and so and get them to stop doing something
yeah.
that I made up they're doing.
Well,
Just that
yes.
last part, baby.
Mm-hmm.
They may not
Made up.
actually be doing that. I made up they're doing
I
it, but
made
I want you to get them in
I
trouble for something I
yes.
made up.
And I've challenged that before. And this is funny, you know, over my career I've seen so many different things, but I've also seen situations where the person comes to me, and when I step in and say, it sounds like that I need to get involved, at like the three of us to sit down. I've had moments, many, that's like, no, 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 no. It's okay. It's okay. It's like, we don't have to do all that. And I'm like, that's also a red flag for me, because now I'm only hearing one side of the story, and I know I'm smart enough to know there's two, or three, you know, and like, you're just calling me to talk shit. And that's also not going to fly either. So either we talk to the person directly, or I'll get involved, and the three of us can come to a conclusion of what's going to be beneficial for everybody, you know? It's people are funny. People are funny.
Well, that would be accountability.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to have that kind
Accountability is lacking in general with people. Yeah. You know, it's interesting because it's easy to be accountable when it's good things happening.
of. Everybody's
I did
good.
that. I did it. Did you see what I did? I did that. But when something doesn't go right, I didn't do that. I wasn't a part of that. I would prefer someone to be accountable for things that went wrong, because there's so much learning in that. Like, that's awesome. It didn't go right. Cool. Awesome.
Good.
Did you, I always say to my team, did you do the best that you could do? Did you control what you could? Yes. Yes. Okay. Fantastic. Great job. I'm so proud of you. That's all you can do. That's
Could,
it.
could they have done better than their best?
Right. Was
Good
that your best? Yes. Okay. Awesome. Great
job.
job. Like, you're
Yeah.
killing it. What would you guys like to do next time? What would you have changed? Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's a couple of things. All right, let's talk about it. All right, let's do that next time. Yeah.
I kind of like when you get on fire like this. I'm just like,
I,
this is. I'm just letting you do your
I
thing.
know. I know.
Usually it's me talking the whole time.
I know. I guess I am talking a lot.
It's good. No, not, yeah, this is every day.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that get me fired up.
I think the world is going through its trends, but I really think that one of the next big ones, because of all of the things that can be simulated, I think that authenticity is going to
Hun-
make a radical comeback. I think the next two big things that are going to be
Yep.
big is people being back to authentic
Yep.
and being real, because I also believe that the technology is going to go a direction that exposes everybody more than just being able to use to exploit everybody. I think that the tech is going to be like everybody can just see all your shit. and the ability to be a radical liar is going to become difficult, like more difficult over time. So being like an authentically good
Yeah.
person is going to make a big comeback.
Yeah.
And I think that kindness and God are going to make a very
I
big
agree with
comeback.
you.
And I mean God relationship, like
Mm-hmm.
not religion.
Mm-hmm.
Denominations create separation, and so I think it's connected to God relationship
Mm-hmm.
is going to make a huge comeback.
I think so too. And I think that's what really people want, but I think they're also afraid of it too. Afraid of themselves, afraid of what they're going to find, afraid of to be authentic because who's going to approve of it? And I think that's really something that points me to the relationship with God too, because you're searching and you're changing yourself and you're doing all these things for the external validation of other people, but you're seeking validation and approval from people that don't even know themselves. And so that gets tricky. And so, like, when you see all these things externally, you're trying to get validation from, but they are also ever changing. Um, Me and my relationship with God just gets stronger within those moments because you have to have something that's solid. And for me, that's what it is. Like I for so many years I spent, and I still catch myself sometimes like the external validation or the control that I've allowed for certain things to have over me really is my eyes are opening very wide to that, very wide to you have changed yourself because someone has told you over and over and over that we don't do this or we only do this or you should act like this but you don't act like this. It's too much, it's too little, it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I realized over my adult life I changed myself so much, and it worked. It worked. It made me successful and it made people like me. It worked. And it's the most disgusting thing I've ever done. And I didn't even know I was doing it. That's what's fucked up about it. And we took our strength finders test, and significance was one, and this is something I was thinking about today. Like it's interesting how much significance I had to have in the workplace, but the significance that they actually care about was only one-sided. And I was like, damn it, you changed so much about yourself for something, someone, a job. Um, for what? For what? I became someone I don't even relate to anymore because someone told me to do it or this is the way to do it.
To
And I
get
was successful at it.
what is
And
success then? Like to get what?
yeah, I'm like, no, thank you.
What to
Take it.
get like money or something?
Yeah.
Like
All material things.
solid materials?
Yeah.
So how much of
It's
yourself did you have to
money.
destroy to get that
Yeah,
stuff?
exactly. Entire self. Like, and when I say entire self, it made me someone different. I mean, there's qualities I'm like, nope, that's who I am. And I'm confident. Like the kindness, the caring part, the giving. I've always been that type of person. Um, the not being honest about what's really going on. Oh, no, we don't say that to this person. We only say these things or don't mention this. It's too much. It's too little. Like that kind of thing. And we'll have to do a whole nother thing about business in the future because I have a lot to say on that. But uh, people are not being honest. They're just not. And everyone's hiding something but wanting a different result. We're all lying to people that say they want change and want to make things better, but we can't tell them the truth. You don't really want it. You want it on your own terms. You want me to say what you want me to say, but we can't be honest. And it's so stupid because in business, if that's the case, if you have someone that's like, no, I really want to hear what's going on, but they really don't, they don't because their reaction's telling you they don't, that's not a leader. That is not a leader. That's not a not okay person. That's what that is. And we can't shift it. for bosses or leaders or corporations. We can't shift it. It is what it is. I can't look at him and say, I want you to tell me the truth, but only tell me what I want to hear. But I think sometimes we don't challenge people that are in a you do in a leadership role or corporation. We don't challenge those things because they've created safety security for us in those moments. And yeah, it's rough to see.
It's pretty heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking because I'm like the amount of growth that some businesses could have if they just listened to the truth and wanted to hear the truth and really wanted to hear the truth, it would change things. If you really cared about the people and really wanted to hear what is really going on.
Well, people don't do well. They don't practice radical acceptance
No,
to be able to
I
do
don't think there's
radical truths.
accountability.
They can't do truth. So they
Yeah.
can't do acceptance of things they don't like. They can't do
No.
accountability to the things they've done wrong. And so we're just going to triple down on
Yep.
manipulation and deflection
Yep.
until I get what I want,
Yep.
which
Shows you who
is,
you are too.
yeah, more money, I guess,
Yep.
whatever that is.
Yep. So stupid. Yeah.
How much of you did you have to destroy to get what you want?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's a real question for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before you started self exploitation or, using some amazing element of you to get some more money,
Yeah.
how much of you
That's a
did you
big
have
one.
to, how much did you have to sacrifice?
Yep. And yeah, absolutely. Look at the material things around you. How much of what you're doing is for those materialistic things, for the newest car or my house to look a certain way, or for it to, I have to have designer clothing and I have to have a label on things. And oh my gosh, look at me. I'm out here. Like that's self-serving. You know that, right?
Whose name do you need to have on you to feel good?
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't your name feel good?
Yeah. It's a hard truth.
That's what J.R.
If,
Harvey, when he was doing a training with us, he was
mm-hmm.
talking about guys who are wearing like jerseys with their favorite sports guy. He's like, why
Yeah.
are you wearing another man's family name on your
Oof,
back?
that's good.
Say, why aren't you wearing your family
That's
name on your
good.
back?
Yep. Absolutely. I don't need a couple $1,000 bag just to put my shit inside of it. Half the time it's my kids' water bottles. I don't need a couple $1,000 bag to carry my shit around. I'm good. Like it really doesn't give me any more, it doesn't make me feel like I'm more valuable at all. And I think that's where women get caught up because it's easy to justify, well, I just like to have nice things. How come? Like what do you mean just have nice things? You can have nice things. You don't have to have name brands or you don't
Well,
have to.
you're in that industry.
Mhm.
I have a theory that there's a strong element, and there always has been for women versus women,
Yeah.
for
It,
a level of envy.
yeah. It is.
Oh,
Women
I want to be
women
like
do
her.
not have.
Like if another girl is doing better than the other one, they don't
Oh, I've
like
seen
it.
it. Yeah, I've seen it.
They either have to knock
I
her
don't get it.
down, or it's usually knock her down because women don't want to get necessarily better.
Mhm.
I don't want to compete. I just don't want to go against her.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
I've seen it. Yeah. I've seen it and there is a level of envy and or attention that by carrying, let's stick with the bags, by carrying this bag, I get more compliments. People pay more attention to me. Um there's all of that, and then a lot of times it is women to women. It's not men. Men are rarely complimenting on a woman's purse. If we were out and you saw a woman's handbag, you're gonna be like, I don't even know what that was. Like, I don't even know what that is. Like, you wouldn't think about that. So it
Would
is a
not.
woman to woman thing that women do.
Remember the Payless shoes?
Yeah,
Paylessy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That whole thing. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Paylessy.
Yeah. So I think it's if that's what you're doing, if you're accumulating material things, I would ask yourself why and don't try to justify it. Just be honest with yourself. You don't have to share it with anybody.
If you answer this with a question, that's usually an indicator that
Yeah.
you're lying.
Yeah.
Well, who wouldn't want more things?
Yeah.
Well,
Who?
why shouldn't I like that?
I've always liked it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
yeah, no, you didn't. But
Hmm.
that's
I know. I
I've
know.
always
I've always liked it. I've always liked things like this.
We're in such a weird time. I think the world's gonna be starving for
I
authenticity,
think they are
truth,
now.
acceptance, and
I think they are
goodness.
now.
Again, I think it's
Yep.
gonna make a. I think
I
strength,
think,
good mind, heart, body, spirit,
yep.
strength is gonna come back strong.
Yep. I agree with you. But I think the people that are pushing self will continue to be the louder ones. So you're going to have to seek and really look out and find the people that are authentic and that are your people. You have to ask questions, and they're not going to be the ones that are right in front of you. Um, because I don't feel like that's what our world wants right now. They're kind of pushing, I feel like, to be more about self, be more about materialistic things, right? Because how are they going to make money? So, um, yeah, you have to look for authenticity, be able to be open, connect, give,
Be authentic.
be authentic.
Be
Well, first, like,
courageous.
and if you don't know who you are, that's most people, just by the way. If you don't know who you are, join the club. Most people don't. Um, take on the journey of getting to know yourself. And that's the women's program I'm building out. Like, it's not, he goes hard. That's not me. I'm a little bit of a softer. I get passionate about things, absolutely. But we as women and people in general, the women's program is really going to be about rediscovering yourself
I'm having fun.
and having fun, getting back to
Being
and
nice.
asking yourself questions to understand yourself and journaling and being able to observe your behaviors and then kind of dissect where are these coming from. Be able to identify feelings. Like if I'm having this emotion, where's that coming from? Why do I respond this way? A lot of internal things, a lot of internal questions, which is exciting because you're the only one that can answer it.
You are the only one. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, babe, I like hanging out with you. This was
I like
cool.
hanging out with you too.
I think I want to hang out, like just hang out with you more off there. So
Let's do it.
I hope you guys love listening to my baby today. I feel like I was on your show, and I'm happy to be
I
a
didn't realize I was
co-host.
going to have so much to say today.
I love it. I think more people need to hear from you, and
Oh, thanks.
I love watching my baby grow.
Thank you. It's because you're a good leader.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
damn, you're a good woman though.
Thank you.
You're a good woman.
I try to be. I try.
Oh, my baby takes care of me. I take care of my
Yep.
baby.
It's an honor to do it. It makes me so happy. It does.
You make me happy.
Yeah.
I'll fight a fucking Tyrannosaurus for you.
I'll fight when it'll kill me, but just know that was there fighting.
You better be running. If I'm fighting a T Rex, you get the fuck out of that. That's a T Rex. Are you out of here? Have you seen Jurassic Park? That shit is terrifying, babe. The fuck out. That's a T Rex. You better be running.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Listen, if I'm doing that flare thing, like over here, you better go the other way. You never seen Jurassic Park? They watch
I
movement.
have. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's hope a T Rex don't show up. We get fucked up,
Yeah.
baby.
We're both
We better work on
we're
our
both
game.
gone.
We better
Yeah.
work on our game plan here,
Yeah.
okay? Because
Yeah.
if I'm sacrificing for T Rex and you zig the same way, we fucked
Yeah.
up.
We're both.
You better zag.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
All right. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Go love
Yeah.
on your people, and we'll see
Yes.
you guys in either podcast or training. Guys, I train in the mornings. My guys are training at night. And Wednesday, Warrior Women. So if you got ladies who want to train, we train with the women Wednesday morning
Wednesdays.
or Wednesday noon Eastern.
Yep.
All right. Go love your
Yeah.
people. See ya.
All right. Bye.